Hi students, friends, good afternoon to all. I welcome you all in this fluid mechanics lectures. So in yesterday's lecture, we have solved problem based upon the uh, orifice, right? And we have seen the new point, that is time of emptying a tank through an orifice at its bottom. And in this, we have derived this equation and we have solved one problem based upon this. So let us solve one more problem from this. So take your notebook, calculator, and write down this problem first. So this question, this problem, it was asked in two times. It has been asked in 2014 for 6 marks and December 2018 for 5 marks. This question was asked. Write down the problem. A circular tank of diameter 1.25 meter contains contains water contains water up to a height of 5 meter, contains water up to a height of 5 meter, to stop. An orifice of 50 mm diameter, an orifice of 50 mm diameter is provided at its bottom, to stop. If CD is equal to 0.62, if CD is equal to 0.62, find the height of water above the orifice. Find the height of water above the orifice after 1.5 minutes. After 1.5 minutes. This is the problem. So in the last problem, we have seen that it was asked to find out what is the time required to reduce the height from one specific height to the lower height. But here, the height is given here, and we need to find out what is the time required. No, time is given, and we need to find out what will be the height after that particular time. Okay, so that is the change here. Same problem, same formula we have to use. And instead of finding t is given, I will give you the hint that the time is given in minute. You have to convert that in seconds. 1.5 minutes, how much seconds it will be? 1.5 multiplied by 60 seconds. In 1 minute we have 60 seconds, so uh, it will become 90 seconds, right? So this will become time t equal to, then diameter of the tank, it is given capital D, you can say 1.25 meter. Then we can find out what is capital A, area of tank. Diameter of orifice is given 50 mm. We can find out area of orifice. Then H is given height, up to a height, that is, we can say it is the H1. H1 is given 5 meter. And then CD is given 0.62, and we have to find out what is the height H2 after this time t is equal to 90 seconds. This is the problem. So solve it and tell me the answer. Same formula we have to use here. Whatever the formulas you have used here till in the last problem, the same formula. we have to use. Solve it. What is the capital A? Capital A. Has anyone found the capital A area? Snehal, have you found the capital A?
No, sir.
Then Saili,
Yes, sir.
how much it is?
1.227 meters square.
1.227.
Meters square.
Is it this much small area?
No, sir.
Capital
12.27.
How much, Shubham?
12.27.
12.27. No, it is 1 point coming, na? 1.22. 5 by 4 into d square. It is coming 1.27. Shubham? Then small a. स्मॉल ए कौन काट ले? साइडी
1.96 into 10 raised to minus 3.
1.963 into 10 to the power minus 3. Correct. It is correct. Now what is the formula? T is equal to. Yes, who will tell? Yes, anyone? Seed into what? Small a. What is the formula? Is it this much only?
Into under root of 2g.
Under root of 2g. Okay. Now put this time 90. Area h1 under root of 5 minus under root of h2 divided by 0.62 into small a 1.3 1.9 1.963 into 10 to the power minus 3 into under root of 2 into 9.81 into h, not h, only this 2g, this much only. Solve it and tell me the value of h2. 1.96 area. Okay. Nine multiplied by 0.6 into 1.963 into 10 to the power minus 3 into bracket 2 into 9.81 bracket complete divided by 2 into 1.227 bracket complete is equal to, this will go here and this will come here, so under root of 5 minus answer is equal to 2 square root of squaring answer, taking square on both sides will be 4.154. 4.154, correct. Snehal and Pooja has got the correct answer. 4.124. Others, please do it fast. Shweta Sakshi has got, then Rishmi. Rishma has also got. Rishma, your answer is different. Check what has gone wrong. It is. It should be 4.154. One point 42. What is that 1.42?
H2.
No. It is 4.154. Check there what has gone wrong. Four point one five four. Madhuri has got correct answer. Okay, shall we stop here now? Yes, you can see the answer. 4.154 is the answer. Those students who have not got the answer yet, you can find it later on. Okay, note it down. Our next and last point from this unit is the mouthpiece. So here just we are going to see what is mouthpiece, what is the meaning of mouthpiece, and classification of mouthpiece. These are the 2 points that we are going to see in this from this particular point. Mouthpiece is nothing but it is a tube, short length tube or pipe which is connected at this orifice. Okay, orifice च्या समोरच्या बाजूला जो एक tube लागलेली आहे. This pipe which is generally 2 to 3 times. This is generally 2 to 3 times diameter of the orifice or diameter of the pipe. That much is the length. Suppose D is the diameter, then its length will be 2D to 3D. That much length only it is kept there. And this particular pipe is called as the mouthpiece. Okay. And one thing you have to keep in mind that the discharge through the mouthpiece, it is always greater than the discharge through the orifice. Okay. Mouthpiece चा discharge हा orifice च्या discharge पेक्षा कधीही जास्त असतो. Because CD of the orifice, this mouthpiece, it is always greater than the CD of the mouthpiece is always greater than the CD of the orifice. Okay. This thing we should keep in mind because MCQ type question it may be asked based upon this. Whether the discharge to the orifice is greater than the discharge to the mouthpiece or smaller than that, like that question. Okay. If the pipe is fitted externally, जर हा pipe बाहेरून बसवला असेल, then we call this mouthpiece as external cylindrical mouthpiece, or and discharge to the orifice increases. जर असा बसवला असेल तर त्या केसमध्ये काय होतं, अशा टाइपच्या जो माउथपीस आहे त्याला काय नाव दिलेलं आहे, इट इज कॉल्ड एज द एक्सटर्नल cylindrical mouthpiece. Why it is called cylindrical? Because pipe generally these are cylindrical in nature, and depending upon the shape we have the different types that we will see on the next slide. And discharge increases. जसे external लावला असेल तर त्या केसमध्ये discharge to the this tank it increases. There are provision that this pipe it can be, this mouthpiece can be fitted from the inside also. Okay, and that is called as the internal type of the mouthpiece. Classification of the mouthpiece. Mouthpieces are classified as external mouthpiece or internal mouthpiece depending upon their position with respect to the tank or vessel to which they are fitted. So this is, you can see, this is an external cylindrical mouthpiece and this is the internal cylindrical mouthpiece. Mouthpiece are also classified as cylindrical mouthpiece, then convergent mouthpiece, and convergent divergent mouthpiece depending upon their shape. Here in the diagram you can see this is the cylindrical mouthpiece, and this is the diagram of convergent and divergent. You can see the shape of its, then it is initially converging and then again it is diverging outside. Okay, so it is the converging diverging mouthpiece. Converging mouthpiece means it will have the shape like this. Okay, it will be having the shape like this. So such kind of mouthpiece will be called as the converging mouthpiece. Converging diverging means first of all it will be converging and then again it will be diverging. So depending upon the shape we have the different types of the mouthpiece like this. And last classification is the classification. Mouthpieces are classified as mouthpieces running full and mouthpieces running free. Running full and running free means depending upon the nature of discharge at the outlet of the pipe mouthpiece. जर या ठिकाणी completely भरून पाणी वाहत असेल, you can see here हा completely भरून वाहतोय. So this is called as the mouthpiece completely running full. And in this case it is not completely running full but it is freely flowing, so this is called as the mouthpiece running free. Okay, This classification is only for internal mouthpiece only. जे internal mouthpiece आहेत त्यासाठीचे classification particularly आहे, which are known as Bordas or reiterant mouthpieces. In आतल्या साईडने internal mouthpiece जे आहेत, they are also called as the Bordas mouthpiece or reiterant mouthpiece. Okay. The mouthpiece is said to be running free if the jet of liquid after contraction does not touch the sides of the mouthpiece. Okay, initially ज्यावेळेस पाणी आतमध्ये एंटर करेल, at that time this water is going to get contracted. Okay, असे थोडे कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन या ठिकाणी येतं. आणि जर आफ्टर कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन if this water is reaching again touching here this walls of the mouthpiece, then it is called as the full mouthpiece. In this case particularly, if you observe running free, there if you observe the water is not touching back to the walls of the mouthpiece. So this is an example of running free. Okay, and if it is touching, then it is called as the mouthpiece is known as the running full mouthpiece. Okay, so these are the types of the mouthpieces. So this is the end of this unit number 4. Okay. Now here I'm going to close these slides. You might have written the assignment based upon this unit number 4. There were 12 questions in this assignment. I think you have solved this assignment. I will share you the link to upload the assignments. Okay. Now we will move toward the unit number 5. Okay. Next unit number 5, flow through the pipes. Till now we have completed 3 units. It's near about 50% syllabus is over, and this is the lecture number 50. So 50% syllabus संपवण्यासाठी आपल्याला 50 लेक्चर लागले साधारण. आतापर्यंत आपल्याला आपण 50 लेक्चर हे 50वे लेक्चर होते का. You can see how much in detail we have taken the lectures, studied, solved lot many problems. Okay. So here after also we will try to learn the things in the same manner, because your particular class were having lot of time as compared to the direct second year students. So that's why we have taken it in depth study, okay, near about lectures. And your unit ISC 1, it was based upon these 3 units, and your ISC second, it will be based upon the remaining 3 units. Okay. Unit number 5. Okay. Have you written that types there? There the types लिहिलेले नसतील तर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल माउथपीसच्या संदर्भातलं ते तुम्ही आधी लिहून घ्या. Unit number 4 was right. I forgot to tell you to note down the things. Unit number 4. So first of all, write down the title of this mouthpiece. Then write down the definition of the mouthpiece and draw the diagram. can note down this all things from this slide regarding the mock quiz. I have told you the number of lectures 50. Actually number of lectures will be less than that, but 2-2 तासाचे काही आपण लेक्चर्स घेतले ते जर कंबाईनली आपण पकडले तर जवळपास 50 तास पण 50 आवर्स हे त्या ठिकाणी कंप्लीट होतात. सो अदरवाइज यू मे थिंक दॅट 50 लेक्चर एवढे कधी झाले. ओके, आपली साधारण 2 लेक्चर हे 1-1 तासाचे आहेत आणि 1 लेक्चर 2 तासाचं आहे. असे 4 तासात 4 लेक्चर आपल्या आठवड्यातून 4 तास होतात. असे टोटल आपले 50 आवर्स हे आपले कंप्लीट झालेले आहेत. If you note down this, then we will go on the next slide. In practical, I think only 2 practicals are remaining. Is it over?
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes, is it over?
Yes, sir.
Okay, write down the next title, classification of mouthpiece. Write down these classifications. Also draw the diagram. Is it over? Should I take the next slide? This is the next classification. Mouthpieces are classified as mouthpieces running full or mouthpieces running free. Is it over? I suppose it is over now. So now let us move ahead. I'll close this slide. Write on the title on the next page, new page, unit number 5, flow through the pipes. Flow through the pipe. These are the contents that we are going to learn in this unit number 5. Total 7 hours weightage has been given by the university allotment. Within 7 hours we have to complete this unit. Classification of flows is the first topic that we are going to learn here, and this classification is the laminar flow and turbulent flow. These are the 2 points we are going to learn in this first subtopic. In the laminar flow, we are going to learn Reynolds experiment, then Couette flow, then Hagen-Poiseuille equations for the viscous flow between parallel plates and circular plates. Okay, these are the names of scientists. Reynolds is one name of scientist. Okay, and Hagen Poiseuille, these are the names of scientists. Reynolds experiment, then Quate and Hagen-Poiseuille equations for Hagen-Poiseuille flow, equations for viscous flow viscous flow means laminar flow between parallel plates and circular pipes. These things we are going to learn in this laminar flow. Turbulent flow. Here we will learn velocity distribution and shear stress distribution in the turbulent flow. Prandtl's mixing length theory. This is the name of scientist. Then Nicoret's experiment. Again, this is the name of scientist. Introduction to Moody's chart. Again, this is the name of the one scientist. Nicoret's experiment, Nicoret's chart, nomographs and pipe diagram. Concept of turbulent flow in smooth and rough pipes. Okay. So it is where it has gone. It has gone down. So this was about the classification of flows. And next point is the energy losses in the pipe flow, that is major losses and minor losses. Here we are going to learn what is the Darcy-Weisbach equation. Again, these are the name of scientist, Darcy-Weisbach. Factors affecting friction, concept of equivalent length and equivalent diameter of the pipe, and hydraulic power transmission by the pipe. These are the points that we are going to learn in this unit. Okay. Then assignment number 4. Here you are going to note down all these questions from this assignment, and most of the questions have been asked in examination, university examination. Okay. So note it down. Assignment number 1 question, assignment number 4 question number 1. This was question, it was asked in December 2015 for 3 marks. Show that, write down, show that the velocity distribution across section of a pipe for viscous flow is parabolic. Or not, or this is the question number 1 itself. Question number 2. What is Hagen-Poiseuille formula or equation? What is Hagen-Poiseuille formula? Derive an expression for it. Or derive an expression for pressure drop. Derive an expression for pressure drop for given length L, capital L, of a pipe for laminar viscous flow. This question was asked in December 2018 for 4 marks. Question number 3. Using Hagen-Poiseuille equation, obtain an expression for friction factor and Reynolds number. This question was asked 2 times in 2017, May 2017 for 4 marks and December 2018 for 4 marks. Question number 4. What do you mean by hydrodynamically smooth and rough boundary? What do you mean by hydrodynamically smooth and rough boundary? This question was asked in December 2016 for 3 marks. Next question number 5. On the basis of Nicoret's experiment, and Reynolds roughness number how will you classify the type of boundary? How will you classify the type of boundary? This question was asked in December 2015 for 4 marks. Next question, question number 6. Write a short note on Moody's chart and nomograms. Write a short note on Moody's chart and nomograms. Question number 7. Explain Prandtl's mixing length theory. Explain Prandtl's mixing length theory. Next question. Derive Darcy-Weisbach equation. Derive Darcy-Weisbach equation for head loss due to friction. For head loss due to friction in pipe flow. Hello. So this question is important. Many times it has been asked in examination. Question number 8 in May 2018, it was asked for 4 marks. December 2016, it was asked for 5 marks. Question number 9. Question number 9. What are the major and minor losses in the pipe network? What are the major and minor losses in the pipe network? Enlist with formulae. This question was asked in December 2017 for 3 marks. Next question. Write short note on equivalent length and equivalent diameter of the pipe. Write short note on equivalent length and equivalent diameter of pipe. This question was asked in December 2018 for 3 marks. Next question. Obtain the condition for maximum efficiency. Obtain the condition for maximum efficiency. Obtain the condition for maximum efficiency in transmission of power through the pipeline. Through a pipeline. Next question. Last question. Explain the term HGL and TEL with sketch. Actually, this point, I think it has been included in the next unit, but it should be this unit. So we are going to cover this point in this unit, and this question also has been included in this assignment. Explain the term HGL, that is hydraulic gradient line. Hydraulic gradient line and total energy line with sketch. Explain the term hydraulic gradient line and total energy line with sketch. I think all of you have written these assignment questions. Is it over? Yes. Anyone is writing still, or should we take the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will start with the introduction of this unit. So the title of this unit, as you have seen, it is the flow through the pipes. So here we should know what is the pipe. Okay. What are the various types of flows we have seen in that one type of flow we have seen, it is the flow through the open channel and gravity flow and open channel flow, right? So gravity flow means what? Gravity flow or open channel flow, and second one is the pressure flow. So open channel flow, there we need not to have a pressure. Okay, the flow takes place under the gravity, and the pressure on the liquid surface, it is the atmospheric pressure. Suppose this is the canal through which water is flowing, okay, or river through water is flowing. So this flow takes place due to the gravity. Okay, there will be some slope, and due to that slope, water flows through the river, through the canals, right? And that flow takes place due to the gravity. But in case of pipe flow or pressure flow, the flow takes place due to the pressure gradient or pressure variation. Liquid flows from higher energy line, higher head to the lower head. Okay, the pressure may be more or less. We cannot say anything about that. But in case of pressure flow, the pressure is the main cause for the flow of the liquid. Okay, if you suddenly increase here the area of the flow, then pressure will also increase. And if you suddenly decrease the area, then pressure will also decrease. Okay, so it doesn't mean that there is a decrease in the pressure, so the flow will decrease. It does not like that, because the flow depends upon total head that we have seen. The flow takes place, it depends upon the total head present in that liquid flowing through the pipe. Okay, so here, though pressure has been decreased here, but the total energy, it is there. Total energy at this particular point, it is higher than this point here. And total energy here, though pressure is higher, but total energy at this particular section, it is less than the at this point. Okay, because the head loss is going to take place to this point here. Though pressure is low here, but velocity head will be more, and the total head, it will be more at this point. So that is the difference that we should know. You are going to learn that open channel flow in the FM2, or we can say it is the hydraulic engineering. Okay, in the next semester. In this same remaining two units, this unit and the next unit, these are also based upon the flow type of pipe flow. Okay, so that's why it is important, first of all, us to understand what is the pipe. A pipe is a closed conduit, generally of circular section. Generally, pipes are made circular in section due to its practical advantages. Generally, the pipes are made circular, but it is not mandatory that all the pipes are circular. Some pipes or the ducts, which may be rectangular in section, which may be semicircular. Okay, depending upon the requirement, the pipe, it may be, or the closed conduit, it may be of any shape. Generally, the pipes is a closed conduit, generally of the circular section, which is used for carrying the fluids under pressure. Okay, generally, not all the time. Okay, generally, it is important word here. Most of the times, the pipes are used to carry the fluid under pressure. Okay, sometimes like drainage line where there is a no pressure flow, the flow is under gravity, but there, instead of open channel, pipes are used, or conduits, closed conduits are used for carrying the gravity flow. So one should not get confused that if the pipe flow is there, then always the pipe flow will be pressurized flow. It is not like that. Okay, in water supply line, the pipelines are under pressure. Okay, water flows by the pressure. But in case of drainage system, in case of sewerage system, water flows by the gravity. Okay, there is no pressure creation. Water flows due to the slope and the gravity through the pipeline there. Okay, the flow in a pipe is termed as pipe flow. The flow which is taking place through the pipe is called pipe flow. Only when the fluid completely fills the cross section and there is no free surface of the fluid. Okay, this is the sentence important that just now I have told. फ्लो ला आपण पाईप फ्लो तेव्हाच म्हणतो जर तो पाईप हा कम्प्लिटली पाण्याने भरून वाहत असेल तर, किंवा दॅट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज प्रेशर फ्लो. जर प्रेशर फ्लो त्या ठिकाणी असेल तरच आपण त्याला पाईप फ्लो म्हणतो. जर हा पाईप हा पार्शियली भरून वाहत असेल, जसे की ड्रेनेज लाईन मध्ये जे आपले पाईपलाईन आहेत सिवरेज सिस्टीम मध्ये, they are not completely filled, they are partially filled and they are flowing there. So such kind of flow may be called as open channel flow. Okay, because they behave like an open channel. The pipe running partially full ओके, कम्प्लिटली भरून न होता पार्शियली जर भरून होत असतील, इन सच केस ऍटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर एक्झिस्ट इनसाइड द पाईप. त्या पाईप मध्ये जो प्रेशर या ठिकाणी आहे, सो दॅट प्रेशर इज दी ऍटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर, पी ऍटमॉस्फिअर. The pressure is not greater than this pressure, atmospheric pressure, and this behaves like an open channel. So such kind of flow, they behaves like an open channel flow, though there is a pipe flow, but their behavior, it is similar to the open channel flow. Okay, this should be known to you. Now time is over. Now we will stop here. I will take your attendance, then I will close the session. Wait here for a minute. Okay, I have taken your attendance. Now you can leave the session. Thank you for your patience, listening, and active participation. Now you can leave the session.